Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kaelyn, and this is your monthly energetic forecast of May in 2018. I cannot believe we're almost halfway through the year. That is insane. For the month of May, I'm going to be using the Butterfly Oracle by Doreen Virtue for Life Changes. That is the deck that was drawn to me for this reading. If you would like to contribute to the channel, if you would like to support the channel, there are many ways of doing so. You can do a one-time donation, suggested $5.55. You can become a monthly Patreon supporter, in which there will be deals and rewards for donating so much, supporting me so much a month. And personal readings are available starting at $22.22, extremely reasonable. Twin flame readings are now available at $33.33. And for a 30-minute healing Reiki session with me, time and space are nonlinear. Although it is easier, it's more effective and more direct if we can find a time together. So that is at $44.44. Just send me an email and we will get in contact for scheduling. All right. And after, if you do decide to do a personal or twin flame reading, please allow 48 hours to receive your reading. And also send me an email at jessiekaelyn777@gmail.com with your question or concern and which email you would like me to send it to if it differs from the one on PayPal. Definitely send me that email if you do Venmo. And also you can join me on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram, I do daily card pulls. I do a card for every single day. And Facebook has some fun posts and such shenanigans. And there is also a single card pull you can do. It's for $7.77 if you don't want to purchase a full reading, but you do need some guidance. Keep an eye out on Instagram, because every once in a while I will offer a day of pro bono readings where I have some time and I'm in the mood, and I'll just ask who needs help, and so you can snag a free message every now and again that way. All right, I do believe that is all the business taken care of. So let's get to May. And I do enjoy doing these star spreads rather than a card for each week. I like to get the overall energy. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Wow. It's a really healing month. Wow. Okay, first of all, do you see like all of that green around and then that burst of purple? Like this one's a little bit darker, but it is more green. So I am seeing the heart space surrounding the intellectual space. This is the third eye chakra. And so the third eye really being at play here, but really it's a healing month for the heart space so that our perspectives can be forever beautifully changed. All right, the overall tone of May, we have motivation. And what are we motivated to do? To forgive. We are motivated to really release the past. We are motivated. Some of us are going to be inspired to talk to people they haven't talked to in a really long time. I'm seeing people gain the perspective of the other participants, and having a lot of compassion and empathy in that manner. I'm seeing reconciliation. I'm seeing inspiration to explain yourself and apologize for your behavior. Which all goes in with that forgiveness, and doing so as well for others, telling them that, like, hey, as long as you're aware, as long as you're on board, and I mean, I've already forgiven you, but perhaps there can be a second chance here. So a lot, and that's not necessarily like, if you're following my channel, it's not necessarily a twin flame sort of thing. This is friends, family. It certainly could be twin flame, but it doesn't feel like that. This feels like the energy that happens kind of like before the big finale of twin flame. The motivation to heal, the motivation to forgive yourself. There are so many layers of yourself, so many versions of yourself, so many actions taken. Our history is so chock full of who we used to be. And forgiving and forgetting and not bringing any residue of any part of our past. We forgive ourselves completely. We forgive the people that inspired us to be inauthentic to who we are. We forgive them. We forgive everybody. Everybody. We are so motivated to heal and let go. Because the struggle, this sector during these general readings for weeks and months, I don't want to say it's struggle, but I mean, it is. It is. It just doesn't feel like much of a struggle for the month of May. Perhaps that's what's really going on here, all right? So the successfully aging, getting older, getting wiser. Oh, some of you are. Some of us in the community are feeling the mortal tugs, are feeling the slowing of the body. They're not as vibrant as they used to be. The body is changing. And that happens with a damn decent amount of soul experience, does it not? And treating your body well, treating your soul as well as you treat your body. Really take into account the little things that make big differences in soul, body, and mind. Okay? But this is also learning to let go, and that's part of that whole forgiveness. The gracefully aging, for those of you experiencing a little bit of loss, a little bit of regret about the human condition and the death and the impending change that is coming for us all, just forgive yourself for choosing a life that has to end. Or to put it in a better phrasing, to choose a life that appears as if it has an ending. The soul does not die. Just this experience, okay? And so, but there's a lot of inner turmoil about how the world functions. Okay, so now we're also getting into global consciousness here. We're getting into the forgiveness. It does not matter who started what war. It does not matter how the world got to where it is now. Let's just let bygones be bygones and be willing to set everything down and start new with some new laws of common decency, right? So that's also, we're experiencing it on a individual level. And what is the global consciousness if not the collective of individuals? All right. As we are motivated to forgive, as we are motivated to set down our burdens and to release anger about ourselves, our situations, about other people, their behaviors, their choices, our choices, so can the global consciousness have the same sort of motivation for the same sort of forgiveness. Wow, that's beautiful. I love that. All right. The strength for the global consciousness is changing your mind. It's okay to not be what you once were. It's okay to not let anything bother you in the way that it did anymore. If you have people around you who say that you're abandoning your morals or your values because you want to change, forgive them, Father. They know not what they do, all right? So forgive them in the way that a prophet would forgive them, because we are all prophets of love and God when we decide to be channelers of that energy always and forever. So you don't have to carry them with you either. Definitely not in energy, mind, or heart. Practice your discernment. It may be more trouble than it's worth to cut ties from someone. We really only cut ties from people who are doing way more harm than good and show no signs of stopping. But you don't have to let anybody influence you into not changing your mind about things, okay? So, because that's the power. That's the power of the people to change. For the global consciousness, yes! May's feeling really, really refreshed, really motivated, very powerful, very co-manifesting a peaceful environment. This is also changing your future. Forgiving all of the past and letting that go. letting it go, not bringing it with you. Change for the good. Change for the greatest good of all involved, including yourself, primarily for yourself. And this kind of change of your world, of the global consciousness, comes from the power of your mind. Yes, to forgive. Okay. Internal conflicts, volunteer. Do I really relinquishing your ego, transcending the ego? Do I really need to change? Yes, this does require a lot of effort on one's part. It does require a lot of sacrifice on one's part. It is so strange the way human beings get attached and addicted to certain emotions. And even though change is good, it's just like, really? Do I gotta? Yeah. And it's a good thing. We want to do this, but there is still this twisted, inexplicable mourning process that happens most of the time. Why? Because you're leaving yourself behind. It's hard to say goodbye to your own self, right? It's going to be okay. Volunteer your services, volunteer your sacrifice in your way of thinking. Be present. And keep the faith. God, I just love that purple. Oh, I forget what that flower is called, but it's the one that comes out in Easter. I don't think that's a lavender bush. Might be though. The little ones that are like singular and they come out and that's not that. I think that is actually a lavender bush, but oh my gosh, I love that color and I can practically smell the flower. It's so pretty. That's Pittsburghese for you if you didn't know. That's my hometown. The flower up there and that. Ugh. Anyway, human beings are on the right track. We are waking up. We are headed toward cooperation. Yeah, we have to deal with the aftermath. Yes, global consciously speaking, we are going to experience some ouches, some owies, some boo-boos that we put on ourselves, generationally speaking. All right? So no, on an individual basis, what did we do to deserve this poison? Well, nothing, except perhaps you lived a life 3 generations ago that might have made a decision that wasn't so great. We're all connected. It doesn't matter. Let's do what we can now. Let's change what we can now. Let's go forward. Let's keep the faith. Let's not let no more anti-war posts. No more anti-president posts. Now is the time to put our focus not on anti, but on what we want to grow. Pro-peace, pro-cooperation, pro-health, pro-compassion, pro-empathy, pro-Christ consciousness. We can be a Christ consciousness-based species. And Christ consciousness is not Christian. All right? The term Christ consciousness existed way before practically black man, like Arab, like dark and short and a man of the mountains. Like that term existed long before one man went to learn the divine truth and was inspired, as prophets are, to spread the word of peace and the power of one's own love. That is what we are headed toward. Let us keep that utopia future in mind together. And we will be experiencing waves of change and positive progression and shedding and moving and building and flying. Lots of change, lots of release, lots of good things to come because of this release. So no matter what hardship you're going through, keep in mind, first of all, that there is a plan. We are living it out. We have actually participated in the making of it, and we are just living our little chapter, our little help in a 3D egotistical consciousness for the bigger picture. And that willing to shed things behind is just so helpful in measures that cannot be measured, in ways that cannot be even fathomed, to the contribution of global consciousness, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. For real. For real, that is so strong. But on that individual basis, feeling floaty almost, feeling so unburdened, expansive, room for things to come in. All right. Let me just see if there's a... No? Are we good? Alrighty, y'all. That's the month of May. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. I love you. If you decide to contribute to the channel, Goddess bless you tenfold. Seriously, I will send very many blessings to you. And I love you for loving yourself always and forever. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.